All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Joe Carullo from Carullo's Corner at it'sallaboutsports.com, and I'm here with the first of our many preseason previews with head coach of Pitman High School, Chris Thomas. Chris, say hello to everybody.
How you doing, guys? Good to see everybody.
All right, Chris, tell me a little bit about the 2025 Pitman Panthers coming up. What are we?
Yeah, so we had a good season last year. Graduated 11 seniors, so we've got a little bit of a mix of guys who have some experience, but we've also got pretty good group of underclassmen and some newcomers. Um, you know, Typically that's kind of been how we've rolled into the season the last few years. For whatever reason, we've had some senior heavy classes the last couple of years, and we figure out a way to fill it in as we go, and we're expecting good things here.
All right, awesome. So, who are some of your returning starters?
We have quarterback Dane Collum returning for us. We have 4 out of our 5 returning offensive linemen. That's kind of going to be the strength of our team. And we also return receiver, defensive back, Aiden Upham. Those are the ones that kind of stand out.
All right, so they're going to be the foundation of your program. Should never do this. I'm going to jump ahead a couple years. What's the forecast looking at the future? Next, what can we expect from Pittman in the coming years?
Man, you really are putting me on the spot with that one. It's like I said, it's kind of interesting because we end up with these senior classes of the last couple of years, like about 10 or so, give or take. But they don't typically start that way. They typically start as smaller groups that gain players along the way. So obviously we're hoping that continues, but kind of hard to forecast. So for us, we're always going to be very cognizant of our numbers.
Sure.
And, we're always going to be working to make sure we give ourselves as many opportunities at getting as many guys in this program as possible. And that's kind of where it always starts for us. So beyond that, really tough to say.
All right. So, what are your biggest strengths this year? What are you most excited about coming into this season?
Yeah, our biggest strengths definitely on the along the offensive and defensive lines. Like I said, we return 4 out of 5 starters on the offensive line, and we're in a very similar way on the defensive line. So that's where it's going to start up front for us. And we've got some pretty good skill guys. Between our quarterback and our receivers, we're bringing back Blaine Ackerman, who had some valuable time in the backfield for us last year. That's kind of where we're going to hang our hat. But it's all going to start with the guys up front on both sides of the ball.
Sure. So, how many total starters do you have coming back from last year?
I just did this too. I think it's 6 offense. I think we have 6 returning starters on offense and 4 on defense, I believe.
Not bad for Group 1 numbers. What's your biggest concerns heading into this year?
It's pretty much the same concern every year with us. It's always going to be depth, especially, and I think most coaches you talk to at Group 1, it's going to be a depth concern. So we feel real good about the starting 11 we'll put out on both sides of the ball. Once you start getting, for us, it's 13, 14, 15. Those are the guys that you start wondering about. You're going to have some guys who you're not going to be sure what you have till you get them out there. So for us, it's really important for us to stay healthy, keep everybody feeling good, and hopefully we'll find some guys along the way that can contribute that maybe we don't know about right now.
Exactly. There's always that kid that steps up, and hopefully he's an underclassman. We'll be back again. Real quick, I just want to add something in there. Been following your program for quite a while now. You guys are definitely a program on the move. There's no doubt about that. I think you have 5 winning seasons in a row now.
Something along. It's 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, something like that.
Okay. And I just want to get into this for a minute. In your opinion, you guys want to take the next step. You think you got from point A to point B, which I believe was your goal a couple of years ago. You want to get to point C and possibly further now. What's that going to take? And I know one of them I could already answer. A little upgrade in your schedule. I know you picked up Woodstown opening day, which you'll have your hands full with, which is exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
So what do you think you have to do to get to point C now? Like I said, I think your guys are in the right direction. I like what I see. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's pretty much what you kind of just hit on. We got to this point by taking the leap in the schedule a few years ago. So I think the next logical step would be to, provided we're in a position to do so, take a next step up and start challenging some of these other teams that maybe we weren't thinking about a couple of years ago. Because I mean, it's just like anything else. If you want to get better, you got to play better teams. And
Absolutely.
you mentioned Woodstown, which of course we know what we're in for with that one. And we got to do more things like that in the future, I think, to get to where we eventually want to go.
Awesome. So, before we close out, what's your opinion on the scene? Things going on, behind closed doors. We have a new playoff system this year. I don't know if you knew about that.
Yeah.
What's behind the scenes? Anything you're happy about, not happy about?
No, honestly, I mean, it's. I'd be lying to you if I said I thought a whole lot about it. I'm sure everybody's very wrapped up right now, especially this time of year with camp getting ready to open. But no, we're happy about the way, for us, it's about being able to play week 0 this year against Woodstown, picking that up. So that's something we're happy about. A little nervous because we've never played week 0 before. So, everyone's always worried about preparation and having enough time to get yourselves ready. But as far as the playoffs go, I think, it's always going to be tweaked. I know I couldn't tell you how many people have asked us about the playoffs after kind of the season we had last year. And the bottom line, I think, is you got to understand can't always have it both ways. If you're a program that's struggling like we were at times in the past, you can't get that schedule relief and then complain when sometimes maybe things don't go, numbers don't fall your way, I guess, because of, your strength of schedule or whatever it may be. So, we're not going to complain about that. Obviously, you mentioned we picked up a week 0 with Woodstown, and hopefully to put us in a situation where that doesn't happen again. And it's just, more of that kind of stuff, learning just to keep navigating the system. And obviously they're going to keep tweaking it to get it to where hopefully, I don't think it'll ever be perfect, but you're just hoping to get it to a spot where
it's fair.
Most of us are happy. Yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do.
Yeah, it's never going to be perfect for everybody. Like I said, I think you guys are definitely a program on the move, heading in the right direction. And I always say, you talk about last year, I think you're about 8-1, 9-1, and you missed the playoffs with a 1-point loss. I remember that. As I always say, 1 year does not define a program. It's the program's play over the course of many years. So I want to wish you the best of luck. I'm sure I'm going to see you out there a bunch of times this season. And thank you for coming on the show. This will be up at Carullo's Corner on it'sallaboutScores.com just a couple days. And everyone else, stay tuned. We have a bunch of other coaches and some preseason previews coming up.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.